Welcome everybody. We are in the 10th chapter of Astavakra Samhita. It's called the 10th chapter is Quietude. So we were here. Krishna matratmako bandhas tannasho moksha uchyate. Bondage means desires. Any bondage that you see has been created by desires. And when the desires are eliminated from your system, then that bondage is also gone. You're free. So it is the desires which has kept you binded. Bhavang Bhavang asang shakti matrena prapti tushtir muhurmuhu. He says that the only thing that you need to do is to attain unattachment. You need to attain unattachment, and then only with that unattachment will you attain peace continuously, eternal peace. You will attain absolute peace. So this is where we stopped. Now we start from here on the 5th sloka, that is 5th verse. Tvamekash chetana shuddho jadam vishwa asat tatha. It says that you are the one conscious. You are the one pure consciousness. When you see the world, when you see the body or the mind, when you recognize yourself as the body and mind, you recognize yourself as something which is not pure consciousness. You recognize yourself as a hybrid of matter and consciousness, or a hybrid of nature and consciousness. But you are not nature, you are not matter, you are that consciousness. You are the pure consciousness. You are the pure consciousness. You have no, presence of, there is no presence of matter, there is no presence of nature within you. You are beyond that. You are beyond that. So it says that Tvamekash chetana shuddho. You are that very pure consciousness. Means pure means something which have never been mixed with any other thing. Pure means which is completely like original. Like when we talk about pure gold means it is only gold. It's only gold. It has not been mixed with any other metal or alloy. It is just pure gold. Pure milk. Pure milk means it's only milk. There is no water in that. There's no any other ingredient. It's only milk, and that is why it's pure. So when we talk about pure consciousness means it is only consciousness. You are that only consciousness, and that is why you are one. You are not two. If you were associated with matter or nature, then you would never be one, because the nature or the matter would have created duality. You could never feel your nature to be one. But you are pure consciousness. Jaram Vishwam Asat Tatha. And the world that you see is a matter. It's pure matter. You are pure consciousness, and the world is pure matter, which is Asat. Asat means which does not exist. There are two things, in Vedanta. One is called Asat, and the other is called Mithya. Now, both are false. Asat means false. In English, when we translate it, it is the same. It's the same. It's falseness. It's not true. Not true and false are the same thing. But when we talk about this, from the Vedantic point of view or the grammatical point of view, the grammatical point of view means what is called asat, which is called untrue. What is called asat? Asat means something which does not exist. You don't see it. You don't see it. You don't see the existence of that particular thing. So it does not exist. That is called asat. And the other is called mithya. In Vedanta, this world is called mithya, or your body, mind, intellect, ego. These are all mithya. Mithya also means falseness. But there is a difference. Mithya means, you don't see the reality. There is a reality, but you don't see the reality. You see something which is not real. That is called mithya. Like Vedanta gives the example of the snake in the rope. So the snake is not true. The snake is not true, but rope is truth. So when I see the snake, it's true that the snake is not there, but there is something. There is some existence. There is some existence, which cannot be denied. So means as far as Vedanta is concerned, this world is mithya. That is, it is Brahman. It is the pure consciousness which you don't experience. You experience just the opposite. And that is why it's mithya. But here it says, because Astavakra Gita, Astavakra Samhita is, based on the highest principle of Advaita Vedanta. The highest principle of Advaita Vedanta is Ajatavad, that is the doctrine of birthlessness. Ajatavad, or the doctrine of birthlessness, says that there was never creation. Nothing was created, ever. Nothing was created. The Atman, the Brahman, is always Brahman. It's always Brahman. It has never been, this world was never created. The world is never created. So, that is why it says that you are that pure consciousness, you are that one pure consciousness, and the world or the universe does not exist. It does not exist. So this universe is not there. It's not, it's not interpreting the universe, or it's not interpreting the world that this world is like this or like that. No, it does not exist at all. You don't need to bother about it anymore, because it is untrue. It is asat, means it does not have any existence. The only thing that has existence is the self. Then it says, avidyapi na kinchitsa ka bhuvutsa tathapita. And then it says that, and this ignorance that you talk about, this ignorance, is it real? It's also not real. So bhuvutsa means the tendency or the desire to know. So why are you having this desire to know something? That I want to know the Brahman, I want to know the self, I want to know the truth. There is nothing other than truth. You are the truth. You are the truth. So, whenever you are saying that you need to know the truth, it means that you don't know the truth, and it means that you are, accepting the existence of ignorance. That ignorance which does not exist. That ignorance which does not exist. So what you have to do is, you have to be what you are. In the beginning of Astavakra Gita, Samhita, we said that there are two principles, basic principles of Astavakra Gita. One is perception. What you perceive about yourself is the deciding factor of Astavakra Gita. So here the perception should be very clear. And the other one is unattachment. We have heard about unattachment a lot. Here also we have heard about this unattachment. But the most important thing is how you perceive yourself. How you perceive yourself. That is the most important thing. Here it says that you are that only pure consciousness. The world does not exist. So when it says the world does not exist, you should not bother about this world. And he says that, when you talk about ignorance, is it real? The ignorance also is not real. So when the ignorance is not real, why are you trying to get rid of ignorance by wanting to know something? That is also not real. So that is the thing, you should always remain what you are. You should always perceive that I am that self. I am that undivided self, devoid of any ignorance. Devoid of any ignorance, devoid of any kind of bondage. Devoid of any kind of bondage. Devoid of any kind of matter or nature. I'm only that. I'm free. I'm only that. So this is your nature. Okay. Next one it says, Rajyam Suta Kaltrani Sharirani Sukhani Cha Sangsaktyasyapi Nashtani Tava Janmani Janmani. He says Rajyam means kingdom. Then Suta. Suta means your children, your sons, your daughters, your children. Kaltrani means your wife. Then Sharirani, your body. Sukhanicha, and all the happiness that you enjoy, all the enjoyments that you have. These are what? These are, these get destroyed every incarnation that you take. Like your body is destroyed. Now I have this body, but when this incarnation is going to end, means when it is time for you to get rid of this body, to go to your next life, then this body is destroyed. It is destroyed. All the happiness, pleasure which were associated with this body is also destroyed. The relationships, father, mother, brother, sister, wife, husband, son, daughter, all these relationships, they are also gone. And the belongings like kingdom, money, these are also gone. So every time, with every incarnation, you possess them, you accumulate them, and then at the end of the incarnations, you just leave them and go. So when you have to leave all this, why do you get attached to that? You should not. When you are going to leave it, when the death is the only truth, like in the Bhagavad Gita, it says, Jatasya hi dhruvo mrityu. The only truth that we have in this world is, in this life is, we are going to die. So when we are going to die, all these things which are associated with us, they are also going to die. So when they are all going to die, they are not going to, going to travel with us. Then why do I get attached to all these things? I should get attached to something which is going to travel with me, which I can take with myself. And what is that? That is this knowledge of the self. That is the only thing that you can carry with you. You can carry with you. You cannot carry any other things. Okay? Then the next one. It says, Alamarthena kamena sukritanapi karmana ebhya sansara kantare na brishantam bhunmana. It says, all the money, all the prosperity that you gain, kamena, the desires, sukritani, and all the good deeds, all the fortunes, all the good deeds, karmana, and all the actions that you undertake. These all are going to remain in this world. These all are going to remain in this world. You cannot take them. You cannot take them. So why do you get bewildered in the forest of this world? Why do you get bewildered? Just keep them. Do your job. Do your job and just get rid of everything. Remain in the self. Remain in the self all the time. Don't be worried about this world too much. Don't be worried about this world too much. Always remain within the self. So that is what it says. Then it says, Kritam na kati janmani kayena manasa gira dukkha maya sadam karma tasmad tasmadyu paramyatam. It says, for how many births you have done this painful work with the body, with the mind, and with speech. How many, always you come here, always you take birth, and you do this very hard work, with your mind, with your body, with your speech. We are all doing this, So, but for whom and for what? For which purpose? Nothing is served. Nothing is served. And that is why seize everything today. Seize everything means, take away all the attachment that you have. So, nothing is going to stay. Your body, your mind, your actions, your intellect, your belongings, your prosperity, your good, your bad, your happiness, your sadness, nothing is going to stay. So when nothing is going to stay, why do you get yourself invested in all this? Don't get yourself invested in all this. Cease that. Cease from there. Retreat from there. Be free. Be free. Practice unattachment. So that is the last verse of the 10th chapter, known as Quietude. So we conclude our study here. In our next session, we'll start the 11th chapter, Wisdom. It talks about wisdom. That is also very interesting, very profound chapter. So thank you very much. If anybody has any question, you can ask. Yeah. Exactly. Very good. Yeah, sure. This is a duty. These are the duties which you need to perform. But these duties will be performed the best only if you have unattachment towards the doer. Here it's not saying that you should not do anything. The things that you said, that you need to educate your child, how they are going to grow up, how they are going to be in this world, what kind of, what is virtue, what is vice. You need to educate the child. This is your duty, and you need to do this duty with full sincerity, with full honesty. But you need to also be unattached from the doer, that you are not the mother of this child. Now, here you are doing it because you think that you are the mother and you are responsible for the child's growth. But in reality, we are all playing our part. The child that you are having today might be your friend in your earlier incarnation. Okay, so this is the part that we are playing. This is a character that we are playing. So we need to do the character with full honesty, with full, with our full, love and sincerity, with full involvement. We should be involved there, but at the same time, we should be unattached from the person who is doing it. Understand? The person who is doing that is a doer. So the moment you can do this, that is unattachment. It doesn't say that while you are working, while you are doing this, you should not do it with love. You should not do it with love. No, you should do it with love. We should do it with, with full care. But at the same time, you should be very, 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 very be conscious that you don't get attached to the person who is doing this, or the person to whom you are doing this. You should not get attached to your mind, your intellect, your body, as well as the mind, body, and intellect of your children. You should also think that I am Brahman, I am Atman, and they are also Atman. They are like me. They are not different from me. Okay. Very beautiful question. Important question. So today we stop here. It's already 10:30. Today we have Ma Kali worship. Today is the new moon day. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Again, we'll be doing this class on Wednesday. Wednesday at 7:30. Wednesday at 7:30. Okay. Thank you. Jai Hind.